Now this great games over the years, and these Bears field in. It's a battle to represent the NFC in this store between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Birth in Super Bowl 55 in Tampa. Let's do it. It's NFC Championship time. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Second and 2.
At their 48-yard line.
Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. This rushing attack sure looks pretty effective here on this opening drive.
Yeah, they're finding gaps with very little problem right now. If this is going to consistently be this way throughout the game, there's going to be some adjustments made on the defensive side of the ball.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Gurley again here on first down. He will push his way down to about the 14.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Watch the ship.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. Up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
13 yards.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Throwing again is Watson. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Packers.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy.
Touchdown, Chicago! Todd Gurley, 55 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again. Watson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Intercepted.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in now and then.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's got some space here. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands and see how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll try and run it. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. They'll let the fullback try and pick it up. This is Anthony Sherman. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Sherman taking it in. And the Bears will extend their lead. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Intercepted.